it's just it's different. It's like not trying to even plan a cold open, but it's like, like you're not CJ. So it's just a completely different world to do this. So
you're not
if
CJ.
you are, I know you're not. If you are, welcome to another episode of Dad's Bet Baseball. If you are watching, you notice that I am not with CJ. I'll explain that in a little bit. We did not break up. If you are listening, you will hear a voice that you may recognize from our Pirates preview. Julian, whose last name I never bothered to pronounce because I don't know. I just don't have that kind of respect for him. I just call him Julian Italian. He's literally in my phone as Julian Italian. Carapellotti. Is that close enough?
Carapellotti.
Carapellotti. All right, there we go. Like Muffalata, whatever. All right, fine. So Rosenberger, whatever. Tomato. This is Dad's Bet Baseball. Again, yeah, CJ is on vacation, so we brought in a bullpen arm. We're stretching out the bullpen this week. We're gonna have 2 bullpen arms. We haven't done this before, but we're big enough now that we think we can pull this off. But we are also big enough thanks to our friends at HOF Bets. If you're watching, there's a QR code. Use code DADS. We're going to play around a little bit with HOF Bets in a moment. Use code DADS, 50% off your first month, 7-day free trial. But Julia, the reason why you were the perfect one for me to bring in as in this bullpen game that we're doing for this broadcast is because I want to talk about your Pittsburgh Pirates in a moment. But the first thing that I want to talk about is something that we kind of saw a lot of today. So we're almost 2 weeks into the season, and right now is a really good time where you saw guys that pitched in their first game and were whatever, and they're going to get their first home start or they're going to get their first road start. And some of those are going to be completely different situations. So one guy who I want to talk about a little bit is Roki Sasaki, who I am a known hater of Roki Sasaki. Roki Sasaki came out last week and had a pretty good game for all things considered. His first game, it was 4 innings pitched and he had 1 earned run. I liked him today. I backed the Nats in the first 5 run line. It was plus 175. Because I liked Foster Griffin on the other side. I liked him as a first home start after having his first road start against the Phillies. And one of the things, as I will show folks that if I pull this up I'll add this to stage real quick. One of the things, if you're looking at this is handigraphs, but one of the things that I look at when I'm looking at guys early is discrepancies in expected ERA versus regular ERA. And Sasaki is one of those guys who, his expected ERA was bigger than his regular ERA, but there's a lot of blue in where it shouldn't been. And Foster Griffin is one of those guys who, his expected wasn't great. Some of this stuff wasn't great. But what I'm able to look past is the fact that this was his first home start. And I want to talk to you because there's a guy who you and I both like a lot, and he's on your team. And it's that guy is Braxton Ashcraft, who I thought was going to come out and shove last time, and he didn't. But then it just took him coming right back to, it's not even Three Rivers anymore, right? It's just PNC. It probably hasn't been Three Rivers for like 20 years.
Oh, Yinzers are still calling it.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about Braxton Ashcraft, man. Like, I mean, this is one of those situations where you is this something is the home vibes better? Like, let's talk about how he looked today. Like, you being you're in New York, but you being the fan on the ground, like I didn't get to watch this game, but I saw he had 8 Ks.
Yeah, I think he looked a lot better today. I was going to bring up the strikeout numbers. Like he's been really good in that category. Like his sinker's got some pretty high velocity and he's using it 25% of the time. I really like his curveball too, that he throws 33% of the time. And yeah, like to your point about the home road splits, like he made his first start on the road in Cincinnati. Last week, he took a loss and gave up 2 earned with 4 walks in 6 innings.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, how many walks did he have?
Yeah, it's promising to see him like kind of going into like deeper into games too.
Yeah.
It sets up like an interesting spot for his projected next start as a day game at Wrigley this Saturday, which, yeah, I mean,
it'll probably be wind in.
I was going to say it's going to be windy, so hopefully it's in and can help the pitchers, but it's something to just keep an eye on like throughout the week.
Yeah, and what you're kind of alluding to is just a good way in general, fantasy folks are really good at this, but like betting folks should really be looking at, when is a guy's next start, especially on these young guys. Like, for example, one of the guys and that we were just talking about before we came in is I'm going to pull it back up, but I'm pretty excited for, like, we're all big Pirates folks here and we'll get even more into it. But one of the guys that I'm excited about tomorrow, so Bubba Chandler gets his first home start, and, he was fine in that first start. He's just got such a ceiling that is just like, the walks have been a problem. Command has been a
huge issue, pretty big issue for him.
He had that in the minors too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So tomorrow, though, ideally, like if you get to start a game at home, you're closer to all coaches, and it's a little bit of familiarity. It's a little bit easier.
The routine helps a lot too. I think.
Yeah, I agree. So he's going tomorrow. He's going to be someone who I'm absolutely going to back against this Padres team that I'm just going to look at their lineup and bring their lineup up now. And actually, let me go to I'm going to share Hall of Fame bets. So again, Hall of Fame bets using code DADS. I'd previously put in Bubba Chandler. I'm expecting his Ks to be 5.5 at plus money is what I would guess it's going to be. But what I think I'm going to do is potentially take him for like an earned run under, because I feel like that's going to be a sneaky way. It's going to be a sneaky way to back him. Like all these starters for the Pirates have been pretty good. It's been when guys get to the, like, look at him right now. Like he actually in his only start, like he's only given up more than one run twice, and it was last season. Like he did fine against and the Padres haven't been hitting until today. So I kind of like this. And you can look and you can see one of the good things about Hall of Fame bets is like we can look, and this is how I always like to do it. I look up a pitcher and then I go down to their stat lines, the opposing team stat line. And so they got 4 on Ranger, who I think is hurt, by the way. They only got 2 against Connolly early. They got 2 against Sonny Gray. I'm guessing his ER is going to be 1.5, and his outs is going to be 14.5. And yeah, but you could see this from early in the season. Like they did all right in Boston, but they couldn't even score. They couldn't score against Adrian Hauser, which is really weird. Oh, nice. Diamondbacks beat the Braves. That's good. They got some off Logan Webb. They couldn't get anything off Ralph. I mean, this is just, I don't think this Padres team is good at all. And so I'm going to absolutely be backing Bubba Chandler tomorrow. We obviously, stuff hasn't populated yet for Hall of Fame bets, but you can still look up stuff, which I think is great. One of the things, as I'm sharing this, and this is riveting radio for people who are like, I'm listening to your podcast, but I will remind everybody, I'm talking about Bubba Chandler and why I want to back him tomorrow. But like his swinging strike rate's 13.5, his whiff rate's 33%. This Padres team is finally striking out.
They have a really high K rate, so I think
they have a really high K rate.
I think that's the angle with Bubba. But like to your point about the command issues, like he only went 4 1/3 in that first start in Cincinnati, and with that many walks, like it's a labor to get guys out sometimes, especially when you're a strikeout pitcher too. So like I think there's an interesting angle to consider, like with the maybe like the outs prop too. Like maybe
unless they juice it. I agree. But let's look, we've been tiptoeing into it. Let's talk big story. Big story is Pirates also for this week, because we wanted to talk anyway, because we haven't even mentioned him, but Connor Griffin had his debut on Friday. What did he have off the bat? Did he have a double?
Yeah, first at bat, roped a double. It was 106 off the bat. Are you serious?
That's so gutter. That's so great.
It's so stupid. Like,
yeah. I mean, how did he look? I actually didn't look at a single thing. How did he look the rest of the way?
He looks like really, like he's an athlete. Like it's incredible to watch how like fluid he moves, like running the bases and in the field. And like even though the hits aren't coming yet, like it's not something I'm particularly worried about. Like I think his approach at the plate is something that's been really impressive, like at that age and with that amount of experience or lack thereof at the professional level. Like he got, like, I think it was the home opener. He correctly challenged a pitch, which
that's massive.
Something that very impressive. Yeah. To give him that confidence too, to just see things and makes the fan base feel like really, really excited and not super worried about these growing pains that were expected for someone, again, with this amount of experience at that stage.
Yeah, he didn't have any other hits. He had I was looking just at his Handigraphs page. He had like a ton of walks. I mean,
yeah.
Let's talk a lot about this Pirates team, man. I mean, 8-2 win over Baltimore, won the series.
Sweet.
Which is pretty huge. And you know, and like we talked about before, Braxton Ashcraft was probably a bigger story than even Connor because of just like, I mean, 8 Ks against that lineup, 6 innings, six plus for him. He's never gone that far. I mean, I think that's his ERA is now 2.25. Excuse me, after 2 starts. So is he legit? His expected's a little higher. He's like, I mean, is he the 2, you think, on this one? Like, what do you kind of like, how do you see on this rotation?
I still think Mitch is the 2. Like, and okay. Yeah, I still think Keller's the 2 because like going into the season, they adjusted the rotation like based off of the matchups early on. So like I think everybody expected it to go.
That's a Kelly move. That's a good move. That's a smart manager move.
That's what happens when your manager is a fellow Mount Lebanon alum.
Yeah, but, Mars, Pennsylvania, dude. He's dude. He's from the same. Isn't he? He's like from not far. Oh yeah. Oh, he is. Okay, yeah. Because I thought he was like. I thought him and like Shane Gillis are from like.
Mars is where Bednar's from.
That's right. Mars is from Bednar's from.
I think Weatherholt.
There's a couple other guys that are from Mars, and then like Shane Gillis is like from not far from there either, or something like that. Yeah. So anyway, keep going.
Yeah. You were going to say like. So they adjusted the order, so it went. Skeens started the opener, and then it went. I think it was Mitch, and then it was Legzinski who was the one that people are like, oh, like when our guy Jared Jones comes back, this is who will move to the pen in that like long reliever role. But they've all been amazing. Like I saw something today, like they haven't allowed a home run yet. The starting rotation is not allowed a home run.
And they were this good last year. Like people didn't even notice it. They were like,
and we'll get to the offense later, but like it is really crazy to see what this team is doing when you provide like actual major league hitters into this lineup with a staff that's this good. And I know the bullpen has some command issues. Like I know Montgomery has some really, really great stuff, but also struggles with command. And that's just a way to kind of keep them, just keep these teams in games when they shouldn't be. But like overall, they look really good.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk on the bullpen. 3.77 Sierra. The FIP's not good, but that's because of the walk rate. The walk rate's like absurd. Like 15.3 is just not real. But the BABIP's good. The strikes, they're not getting swing strikes, but they're pounding the plate the right, like they're pounding the plate the right way. The hard contacts like not there. I mean, it'll come. Am I hearing also? Is Bednar not always going to be the closer? Like, are they doing committee or what are they doing with this?
You mean Santana?
Not Bednar, Yeah, Santana. Sorry.
They've been. Yeah, Kelly said that they've kind of been doing it more like matchups than just having that concrete 9th inning role, which like I don't hate. I mean, I know we have that prop from the preview that 35-1 lead the league.
I still like it. Whatever.
I know. Yeah, we'll see. Like I know they've
eventually they're going to have to slide into doing that. They're going to
exactly Yeah, and like last year, I think Santana went like 21 innings without giving up a run or like had some crazy stretch, which is like exactly what you want out of a guy to just come in at the 9th and get those 3 outs you need. Like I know they've used Soto in the 9th. They've used Jose Urquidy. That's how you say that in the 9th. Like they've kind of just been doing it based off of the matchups. And again, like they haven't had many save situations this year because they've been up in a lot of games, which is really, really great to see.
So and like let's talk offense pop. I mean, Cruz has Cruz has got 4 home runs. He's got a 402 expected WOBA. The team WRC plus is 105, which is not bad, not like crazy, but it's solid. Especially given I think that they started that Cincinnati series. I feel like Nobody.
Yeah, they got shut
scoring.
out one of those games.
Right. So I think that's really good given that.
And that WRC
O'Hearn,
plus. That WRC
What's
plus
that?
was 82. That WRC plus was 82 last year. So it's a massive, massive leap for this team.
Yeah, well, I mean, O'Hearn's got a dot, dude, on his OPS. He's like,
O'Hearn's awesome. Yeah, they have O'Hearn, Cruz, and Lau all have like 1+ OPS. It's crazy to see like this type of competent hitting in this lineup, and it's even more like crazy to watch O'Hearn and Lau specifically, like knowing that they weren't developed by the Pirates, like the night and day difference.
Yeah.
And like their approaches and how they see pitches at the plate and how they know where to go with the ball and put it in play has been really, really, really great to see.
Yeah, Lau's like he's kind of more so than even O'Hearn and Cruz just developing the right way. I think I think Lau is just perfect for this team because
he has to come back to earth a little bit, but like he's
sure. I agree. And I mean his K rate last year was also astronomical for him. It was like 27%, but like he's not gonna have a 20% walk rate, but he's also not going to be what he was last year where he had a 6% walk rate. Look, I mean, I think he's good. He's also, by the way, can steal bases, and he hasn't even tried yet. But he can steal bases. I mean, he has a 477 WOBA. So he's actually a little bit overperforming because his expected is 361 WOBA, which is still great. Like his WRC plus is 213. I get it. Yes, he will come back down to earth, but the guy who's probably is what we thought he was is probably O'Neal Cruz. So it's like 290 with a 333 on base percentage and a 581 slugging percentage and a 37% K rate. That sounds exactly like O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah.
I mean, so I guess here's my thing with this team. Like, what's your, and then we'll move to the other side of the state. You can ask whatever you want to ask on what I will confirm or deny with these Phillies. What do you, I mean, this team's projected to win 84 games right now. Is this like, is everything is it right now we're in best case scenario? Like, what are you kind of thinking? What's the biggest thing you're worried about? And then what is kind of the thinking you're like, this is real. This is going to continue to go this way it's supposed to go.
Worry is definitely third base for now. Like I know that Triolo is now on the IL. They said he should miss weeks, not days. So in the meantime, that is going to be like a Nick Gonzalez and Nick York like platoon, which isn't like neither of them. Like Gonzalez has been a pretty consistent like 260 hitter his career, but he's not.
I think Nico's fine. Yeah. I don't have a problem with him.
Yeah. I think he's going to be fine there. Like, but and going back to like the offseason moves, as great as going out and getting like guys like Lau and O'Hearn and Ozuna was, like they really didn't address that position that was a position of need for them. Like knowing that Triolo has not really. He's had some like flashes at the plate, especially with how he finished last year. But, like he hasn't shown like the consistency needed to really hit at like an everyday MLB player as good as he is in the field. So I think that's something that they might try to like upgrade at the deadline in the coming months if this is a competitive team.
So do you think is it safe to say though that because I think we all really liked Ashcraft either way.
Yeah.
But you think it's fair to say that the Ashcraft breakout kind of raises the floor?
Yeah, I mean, because as great as like Schemes is, as great as Keller's been, like there were some question marks about some of those other guys in the rotation. Like I personally really, really liked all of them, but like I know Bubba's got the command issues that we've talked about and he's not really proven. So like getting these quality starts from these guys like this early in the year is really, really promising. And again, even if it's not sustainable, like having an offense that can score will be able to win them a lot of games that previous Pirates teams would have lost, like with this staff and offense.
I'm also just looking. Is there? I know it's like impossibly early, but is there anything we want to? Anything we want to back Ashcraft in? Like, do we want to? Like, does he have? We want to back him for K leader somewhere, or should we just run him week to week, or do we want to? Or do we need to be stupid? Like, what do we want to do with this guy? I mean, what's his thing? Is he like a K pitcher, or is he like a Keller who's like? I'm just strong and I have a deep arsenal.
Yeah, he's definitely got a good arsenal, like with a really good curveball and a really good sinker. Like something that I noticed when I was prepping for this that I thought was really interesting, like his inning by inning numbers are pretty consistent until he gets to the fourth inning where he has just been rocked.
Third time through the order.
13.5 ERA in the fourth. So like maybe kind of going back to what we were talking about with Bubba, like maybe an under outs play every now and then if he's facing like a particularly strong lineup, or like might be a smart one.
I just was looking at his Baseball Savant page, and he has a even 4-pitch mix of that, and he uses the curve more than anything. So that's and it's just basically to me it's like a young Kevin Gausman kind of thing, where if his sweeper and his curve is just kind of like working, then the whole thing's going to work because he's going to be able to backdoor lefties like it's nobody's business. And if it's not, then he can get blown up. But yeah, that tracks.
He throws that curve a lot against lefties.
Yeah. It's third time through the order, which is going to come with whatever. I guess the thing is, given he just pitched, I think it was his longest start, right?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Let me look. I'm just looking back to last year. Yeah, today he had never gone into the sixth until today. You have to take his under next time. You have to. It's just a completely different show what he just did. Like that's his first. He had a legitimate quality start. That's his first ever documented quality start. So yeah, you have to fade that. Man, we have all that stuff in pocket on this team. The only thing I'm really concerned about on it is Santana and the saves, but I'm not, because I feel like if this team gets to a point where they're winning enough games where that he's competing for that, then they're just going to lock him into it, and that's going to happen. Like I think super early, and that goes to everybody else is talking right now. Of CJ texted me earlier and said, "Oh, are we worried about the Red Sox?" And I said, "No, they don't even play any teams in their league until the 15th of the month, and like they don't." And their April schedule is brutal, and it's also just super early. It's why I'm not worried about any of these teams. But I will let you. I'll let you put me on the spot if you want, as we can move to the other side of the state, and we could talk about the Philadelphia Phillies, who have technically a worse record than. Phillies are 5-4. Not technically, they do. They absolutely do.
It's a technicality.
It's not even a technicality. 6-3 is better than 5-4. Like they played the exact same number of games. So
this is a numbers pod.
It is a numbers pod. They're 5-4 to the 6-3. These 6-3 Pirates. I mean, like floor is yours. Is there anything you want to ask me, or you want me to kind of go off on Taijuan Walker and how I'm worried about that?
I'd love to hear the Taijuan Walker rant, but I guess let's start a little more positive. How are you feeling about Justin Crawford?
Dude, I love him, man.
He's awesome.
We had Javon on a couple days ago because he like comes into like we usually have him once a year. Now we're gonna like have him once a month. I mean, like for all those listening, because we have a lot more people listening now than we did before. Pod blew up thanks to like Julian, thanks to Javon, thanks to Gab, thanks to Sammy P, thanks to Kyle, thanks to Pete, like thanks to Benny, thanks to every single one of these guests we had, Vlad. Like we had like the pod like blew up. Like we should probably have said that at the beginning of the show, but we hit like 5,000 downloads. Like this was bonkers. We finished our MLB team previews before Talking Baseball finished theirs, before like all those guys who, by the way, we all love. I just thought it was awesome. That said, yeah, I like my whole like look, I have issues with Taijuan Walker, but Justin Crawford I think is real deal, man. They were giving him the keys. I think he's looked like a pro. He already has a game-winning hit. I think his slash line right now is for some reason this isn't. Oh, here, let me see what it has today. I'm going to reboot this so that it comes up. But his on base percentage is like 400. He wasn't even listed as one of the top rookies. Let me find that.
I was going to say, is he someone like? Is he worth a Rookie of the Year future right now? Like, is he more?
I like it. So it's going to be hard for him because he's going to
This class
he doesn't have that power.
Too.
Yeah, it's also like this class is way lower.
Yeah, it's
like you're gonna want like it's a better bet to go take like Aiden Miller and hope that he comes in and does something if you're gonna take a Philly. But yeah, I'm just looking at it now. 320 batting average, 346 on base percentage, 360 slug, 706 OPS. Yeah, whatever. And then he's got a double, he's got a stolen base, 1 RBI, and he's batting in the 9 hole. Like it's just he's fine. I mean, he only has 5 Ks, which I'm fine with in 25 at bats. So I'm fine with this. He's probably not worth a rookie of the year look. I think that if anybody gets that rub, it's going to end up being Painter, who looked great, who tomorrow gets what I think is a really he got a kid glove matchup last week because he got the Nats at home. And I think it was a day game. But tomorrow, so this is the kind of the thing, like it's kind of the movable object irresistible force. Normally, all my gambling instincts are like, you got to fade Painter because he's got his first game on the road. But I don't know if the Giants are a real team right now. That
lineup's struggling.
That lineup is really bad, and they're making these panic moves. They traded Luis Matos, who's really good. They traded Fitzgerald, who was rookie of the year leader in 2024 until August. Did they end up beating the Mets today? They were winning against the Mets. I think they ended up doing. Oh my God, Houston came back against the A's. I can't believe this. This was by the way, not good gambling day for me. Oh no, they didn't give it. Like they lost to the Mets 5-2. So, and then they're throwing out tomorrow. Who are they pitching? Who's pitching against them? Adrian Hauser, who I could just see shoving against this Phillies team.
Yeah.
I don't know. So for me, I'm probably going to be on just the Giants in that. The Phillies team, though, overall with like Painter has been like the rookies have fit in where they're supposed to. Team had 2 good get right offensive games in Colorado, which is what you're supposed to have. They go to now a suppression park. I'm really concerned about Taijuan Walker though, because every 5 days, this is like a monster hole in the lineup and he just doesn't look good. He was lights out in spring training. He looked good last year, but and Luzardo looks great and Sanchez looks great and Nola looks great, but I'm really worried about that. That is just something that and it's going to just put a little bit more every time that you have a guy who's going out who can only pitch into the 4th and gets shelled, it puts just more stress on your bullpen, and that just continues to kind of carry like that.
It just dominoes.
It just dominoes from there. I mean, look, I didn't realize this. Both Pittsburgh and Phillies both have WRC pluses of 105. Both have 10 home runs.
Yeah.
Phillies bullpen's better than the Pittsburgh bullpen. It's like hot start versus better roster, but yeah, I mean, these teams both have really good rotations, and
I love the Phillies. I love the Phillies pitching staff. Like Luzardo yesterday, I think his strikeout prop was 6.5. I think he hit.
I saw that. I was like, what is this? He has 18 in 2 starts. Yeah, he looks nasty.
He's killing. Yeah, and like a piece for that pitching staff that can hopefully ease the burden of Taijuan Walker is like, what version of Wheeler do you get back? Because it sounds like he's going to be making that return sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
So I'm really scared of like what he's going to look like with that thoracic injury. Like, I know that's a really, really big deal at his age, and I don't think he had the best rehab start in AAA last year.
Apparently his velo is down, I guess. Let me look. I'm trying to pull it up.
Yeah.
Rehab start.
Yeah, I have it in my notes somewhere.
Oh, what was it? He's doing his second.
He went 3 innings. He gave up 5 earned, 4 hits, 2 walks with only 1 K.
Okay. And then, so he had 27 pitch. He had a 27 pitch inning. And then he wasn't good in his second one either. He was 1 out away from finishing 3 scoreless innings, and then things went sideways. And so 49 pitches, only 26 for strikes. He topped out at 93.
Yeah.
That's which is down from his first rehab start. That was Friday. So they're going to do another one, I guess, Wednesday, and then he's going to go to CBP to throw a bullpen session. And then, like you said, says he's joining the Phillies like the following Wednesday. So, all right. It's just, I don't know if they need to rush it. That velo drop's really concerning because
at that age,
at that age, it's just like that's a really low velo drop. And then it's just, I just don't know how he recovers that the rest of the season, but
yeah, I don't know. The East is going to be an interesting division this year. Like I know the Mets are going to be competitive. The Braves are going to be competitive. The Marlins could be surprising. The Nationals.
Braves lost 2 of 3 to the Max. We like that though. We're trying to get out of all of our Braves liability because I just don't like that pitching staff. But yeah, they. I mean, I don't know. That Drake Baldwin looks like the dude.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah,
like that guy looks good. Yeah. The Mets, it's everybody just looks banged up. Polanco's hurt now too. They just look. I mean, they're fine. They just look hurt.
Luis Roberts could have been awesome for them. Like if they.
If
this is a version of him.
I love him.
This is a version of him that they're getting for the entire year. Like he's going to be somebody that is a really, really important piece.
I love it. Yeah, I got it
afterthought with the White Sox.
I completely agree. Let me see who did well today. Let's see. Well, Polanco he DH'd today and he had two hits. He had a double. I don't know why people were telling me that he was hurt, but Luis Roberts 3 for 5 today. 2 runs scored. Monster.
Yeah, he had a walk-off in that first series against the Pirates.
And then Jared Young was 3 for 3. Like this, there's a lot. I think this Vientos is just kind of the whole. And like Luke Weaver was good. Devin Williams made everybody freak out before I guess he saved that game, which helps. And the Giants can't score. Giants had a higher expected batting average, had a higher hard hit rate than the Mets, which I did not expect to see. But
that Giants lineup is not getting much out of their big name guys like Devers and Lee.
Dude, Willie being a leadoff guy is scary to me. This team I hope figures it out. That's like
Chapman too.
Chapman stinks right now. He had 2 hits today though, but they've all look at these OPSs. 560, 636, 678, 602, 475 for Heliot Ramos. He's batting the 5th. Jung-Hoo Lee is 498. Encarnacion 700 in like 2 at bats. Harrison Bader 397. I told all you Harrison Bader is not good. Sorry, nice Jewish boy from New York, but not good. Patrick Daly 311. Yeah, I'm not concerned about the team. I should probably look to back Painter in some way tomorrow against it. But so we got a Pirates team that we think is still on track for all of the things that we thought that they would be on track for. And we got a Phillies team that should be fine, and it's early. Anything though, any teams that you saw this weekend that are not related to Pennsylvania that you were like, watch this team and do whatever? Like for me, White Sox swept the Jays, didn't they? I think they did. They had. I swear that they did. Did they? Like, let me see. Either 2 of 3. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they swept. They swept the Blue Jays because the Blue Jays stink on the road. So our White Sox 3-0 today, 6-3 yesterday, and then 5-4 on Friday. I like that. I like seeing that. I think that this Marlins team kind of blew up. But was there any? What else? Did you kind of see anything this weekend that you were kind of like noticing on anything on baseball wise, or were you just out enjoying your kidless life, not being like me, sneaking away during Easter to be like, hey, I gotta do stuff. Yeah. So
no, kind of going back to that Blue Jays team. I know you had been talking the home and road splits for pitchers like earlier in the year, and Cease is someone that kind of caught my eye with that one specifically. Like I know he's made a start at home and a start on the road. Like the home start against the A's, he K'd 12 Ks in 5 1/3 with 2 walks. Like pretty sharp outing overall. Like there were a flurry of runs scored later in that game that pushed it to extras. And then his road start against the White Sox, he only made it 4 innings, but did have 6.
Yeah, he got blown up right away, walks. Dude.
And looking ahead, he's projected to make his next start against the Dodgers on Wednesday. And this Blue Jays team is really struggling, and they need him to pick it up. And like him not going this deep into games is a little concerning at this point in the year. And like, I know it was different because he was in San Diego, so there's more of an opportunity for this, but like he made 2 starts in Dodger Stadium last year, and they lit him up both times. Like in one, he went 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, did have 9 Ks, and then another one he went 3 1/3 with only 2 Ks and 6 walks. So like it's a really big series for them, and he might be prime for a fade opportunity on Wednesday if he ends up making that start.
That's a good look. I'm looking right now at a couple guys who I'm going to look at fading. Did Trevor Rogers pitch in this Pittsburgh series or no? I don't think he has. Trevor Rogers is going to have his first road start, and he's looked good.
He did not pitch against the Pirates.
So looking at the probables this week, guys that did do well that are going to have their first road start, which you want to fade, are those is him. Looking at other guys that are going to have, I mean, there's a really good bounce back opportunity for Joe Ryan. But I don't really want to touch any of the guys on there. There's, let's see. Oh wow. Atlanta's going to have to take on Jose Soriano. Did they just play this Angels team? No, they played the A's. That's my bad. Let me see who else is on here. I'm trying to think who's been kind of lights out and is making their first road. Like, so, I mean, he's a veteran, but like Chris Sale making his first road start is something worth noting on the Monday. A lot of these teams started off with big home series. Like Baltimore was at home the entire time. I'm just looking through this now of who's going to be on the road that I know I want to do. Oh, okay. This is a good one. So has Jacob Mizrowski pitched a road game yet? I don't think so. If he hasn't,
Mizrowski has.
I like fading young guys making their first road starts of the So it looks like
he has not pitched. He has not pitched on the road yet.
And he's going to Fenway on. We should circle that. We should absolutely circle that. So
I like that.
Yeah, Tuesday he is at Fenway. That is a Red Sox run line. And they will probably. Who's he going against? Garrett Crochet. That's going to be great. So I like that.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show. That's going to be a good